You're probably first thinking of why aren't there no background color lights? Stitch got two Lego sets on him, and another Lego set over there. That's probably the first question you're asking yourself. Also, I'm using a different microphone. And no, nothing wrong with my Grammy microphone. It's not a Grammy microphone, it's just a Rode NT150 Gen. But I'm playing it as if I am doing the Grammys. Thank you. There's nothing wrong with it. So I had this MXL microphone for years now, and I never really had a chance to actually get to use it in any production. Until now. And it also helps too that I'm going to be talking about Tiny Desk. If you haven't watched my last video, I don't think you watched it. Go watch it. For as long as I know about YouTube, and I've been on YouTube. Well, I haven't been. This channel hasn't been on YouTube since Tiny Desk, but I have been a person on YouTube watching, not making content. Get that straight. Get it right. But ever since I know YouTube, Tiny Desk has been a cornerstone of the whole music era of YouTube. And you don't know what Tiny Desk is. Oh my gosh. Not you. Not you. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about you like that, okay? It's just shocker that a lot of people still don't put a lot of respect onto Tiny Desk. So what is Tiny Desk? Tiny Desk is an NPR production that was launched in 2008 of NPR Music Tiny Desk concerts. And the concept was that one of the workers, Bo Bollington, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, I deeply apologize. I'm terrible at last names. Started the series at his desk. So even now, his desk is being used for Tiny Desk, except for the at home, which I'm going to talk about that later. But it's known for its stripped down, intimate format where artists are able to perform with minimum equipment and tell some story background about their songs. And it's just like a fan of the road, so just like the employees or whoever I don't know in the background listening and enjoying. And it's a wide variety of music where it's not tied down to no certain genre. So you can listen to genres from indie, jazz, hip-hop, R&B, big names, classicals, musicals, all in a wide spectrum of music, which I absolutely love. Because then I'm able to get a close-up just in the production of certain artists, and it do help me to actually understand just some of the artists that I probably wanted to listen to and have a stripped down version of their songs just to see the live performances. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I miss really good live performances. I got into a weird ick with Tiny Desk. I'm gonna give out my top 10 favorites, top surprise artists that I was like, I did not know that I was going to respect them, and the one I'm not feeling the most. So without further ado, let me get started. Also, it's not in any particular order or whatsoever. It's just like, oh my gosh, I have probably watched this one about 50 times. Over exaggerating? No, I'm under exaggerating. And let me start off with the one that got me really interested was the Free National with Anderson .Paak. That one was just a really nice audience interaction. Everyone had like this chill, relaxed vibe to it. And the music was just jumping. And this was like the first time that I actually went into Tiny Desk and just like, let me go look them up. And a lot of their songs are still on my playlist right now. Alicia Keys, why not? I have been a fan of Alicia Keys since her debut album. And it was just all inspiring just to watch her Tiny Desk and just like, I never get to see her in concert. I don't know if she's still touring or not. Hope somebody know in the comments now. Please let me know. First, I have the money for it. Her. Now this one kind of got me into watching her because I knew of her, but I didn't know any of her music. So I'm like, oh, she got a Tiny Desk. So let me watch it. I'm like, surprised, love her music. It's just awesome, and I got re-listen to her first album or something like that. It's one of the albums that she just released out in vinyl. Paramore is one of those bands that I was just in love with in my high school era. Even though it was blonde Hayley Williams, yeah, it was still good. It was still good, stripped down, and showing just that quality of vocals. Quality. Which all of them, all 10 of these, audio quality is there, vocal quality is there. Babyface. Babyface one was a really interesting one because not of the performance space spectrum, of just some of the songs that he actually written for. Like, I didn't know that he wrote things for the Memories. And you don't know how much time that I have. I don't know. That song is just a really good one. And also, it had one of my favorite singers that I actually love from the Terrell show. Okay, we're just gonna exit that out because I can't think of her name. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not going to. Right here. When I'm editing. Now, T-Pain did have some flack because of auto-tune. And, like, being the artist to be known for it. But his Tiny Desk didn't require it. He didn't use auto-tune. So you actually see his voice, and he got a voice now. T-Pain got voice. I have talked about this a lot. Neo. I was not a fan of Neo until his Behind the Music, and I'm just like, oh, I like it. And then when I saw he got a Tiny Desk, I'm like, oh, even more. I like it more. Yeah, I love it. I have them listed down, but I'm not going in order. Usher, where the memes came from. His was very entertaining. It's just showing how much of a good artist development shows, and good voice, and good like stage presence. Even though it's a stripped down, you're not dancing or anything like that, you can still give out a stripped down, intimate, just performance of the music, and still have some really entertainment aspect. Tyler the Creator. Now, this one actually made me go out and start watching interviews of Tyler the Creator. I'm just like, huh. And I really like his beats, his composition of when he's making the beats, because I'm just like, oh, using different chords, different flavors, different spices. I'm just like, let me go look at the other ones. Juvenile. I was not expecting to enjoy Juvenile's, but it is one of my favorite ones just because of Mardi Gras. Growing up, Mardi Gras, his music was everywhere. I don't even know if his music is still being popping in Mardi Gras, because it's been a couple of years since I have been to Mardi Gras, even though I'm back now. His one was really good because it will kind of give you that strip down of the songs, background stories, and just give you that information of what is going on, and show you that you can do a Tiny Desk style coffee shop rap and still have everything popping. Audience performances, the ones that I was not surprised that I was going to like. I'm just gonna be 100%. I don't know why I said it so much, 100%. But let's go off with the first one, Justin Timberlake. Even though I am a fan of his music work and all that, I was not surprised. I was still surprised about his Tiny Desk performance. Yes, he has style. He has the music. And I think it was just like, it was just in the shade of like ill. I didn't want to be, but he's a good performer. I ain't gonna front. This was really good. Jon Batiste. Now this one surprised me because I have heard of Jon Batiste before. I haven't heard about Jon Batiste until his Tiny Desk. I'm just like, who is this brother? Who is this guy? That got me into a giant rabbit hole of just knowing his style, just himself. I was surprised. I really was surprised about it. Scarface. I know he played guitar. That was the first surprise. And the way that he was telling stories about the music and just all of his style he was able to strip down of the music, it was phenomenal. I was surprised. I was not expecting to like it, but I was completely wrong. I completely love it. Kamisi Washington. Now, he is a saxophone brother, and he played that saxophone. I was just like listening one day. I was just like, you know what? Let me look at this one. I just went to a random one. I'm just like, respect, love. I just love the quality. The more that I get older, the older that good headphones are a thing. Daniel Caesar. I liked it. Best part. Even though at the cold it was way overplayed terribly. Even on the guitar part. And the vocals. Terrible. I'm not talking about Daniel Caesar. I'm talking about the cold. But anyway, Daniel Caesar Tiny Desk was actually a really nice, smooth enjoyment. It was a very smooth enjoyment, and just showing off his variety of music and style. I'm gonna go to some home ones, which I wasn't a big fan from, but these two were actually really good, surprisingly. Justin Bieber. I was in the era when he was popping off, and I was one of the insecure teenage boys that wasn't a fan until I watched a Tiny Desk. It was really good. It was just like nice, laid back, playing it, and trying to get you that information of like, hey, this is what's going on in his mind. It's just different stories. Demi Lovato's Tiny Home Desk. Now I'm really making sure that hopefully that she gets her tiny desk, official one. I didn't like it that much. I wasn't feeling the home one version for some reason. I was just like, okay, it's good. It was Demi Lovato, and you know how much I love Demi Lovato, but it was just like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I don't know, for some reason I wasn't feeling it. So hopefully down the line she will get hers Tiny Desk redemption. And since she's in a somewhat happier place that I am aware of via social media, so I'm ready for it. Olivia Rodrigo. Both of her Tiny Desk Home and her latest one were actually good. I try not to be a Olivia Rodrigo fan, but I can't lie it. I can't deny it. I'm a fan. Both of them had the same quality of music. That's all I can say about it. Before I get to my surprise one, actually I'm going to talk about it. Dua Lipa, latest one, not her Tiny Desk one. That one was actually really good because it was actually a stripped down, able to actually hear her voice more than one time, and just like, oh, surprisingly, liking it. Respect. And this last one, Rita Payas. Alright, so how do I know about Rita Payas? Well, let's go back to Jon Batiste and his song My Heart from the World Radio album, one of his latest ones. And that one song's called My Heart, which has her singing it and actually playing trombone. Surprise, found out that she was a trombonist. I'm learning this. I'm learning. That one actually really inspired me to actually pick up classical guitar because I was learning it back in college. Really enjoyed it. Got into a depressive episode and dropped a lot of my playing skills. But just listening to Rita family and new colleague friends that she just met from Spain, it was really inspiring, and it was just like a really dope, just smooth, made me want to pick up the classical guitar and just relearn back a lot of my skills. Now, I said Dua Lipa, latest one, but her Tiny Home Desk was probably one of, in my opinion, one of the worst Tiny Desks ever made. Just because of two factors. A, it wasn't stripped down. B, it was pre-recorded playing. How did I know this? Well, when I watched it and saw the bass player playing, it wasn't him. They weren't playing. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. I don't know. But the bassist wasn't basing what the bass was playing. It wasn't there. And just like that, I turned it off because of It was just a pre-recorded of just, oh, look at me, look at me. I'm not singing for real. It's not stripped down, but it's one of the most popular one that's on there. It has the most views from Tiny Desk, but prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Tell me what was your favorite ones. Are you going to defend Dua Lipa's Tiny Home Desk one? But honestly, the latest one is far better because it actually was stripped down. I'm on the fence. So which one that were you surprised of? And show me one that you were like, oh, I really like this artist one, or blank blank blank. So in the comments down below. Until next time, I gotta go edit this. And you're probably also thinking that I don't have a hint of my next video. But if you was there at the beginning of the video, you will know that I was already talking about it, the next one, which is happening on February 2nd, 2025. And the listings are out. Yes, we're going Grammys, y'all. We're going to talk about the Grammys and see what I can do.